Like if you ever talk to a victim, they're just like, yeah, life is hard. That's how life is. I'm 45. It gets harder as it go. As you get older, it gets harder. I have kids. I'm like, lie, 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 lie. You're seeing the world from your perspective. You have to see the world from God's perspective. God's perspective is how you're truly going to become a leader.
Looking in the mirror, I'm bigger, go figure, there goes the winner. Don't get up, my chin up, don't give up, I'm gonna deliver. Looking in the mirror,
You have to see the world's lens through God's perspective, not your own perspective, because that's always going to be a lesser version of yourself. You have to come from God. You have to come from the goal. You have to come from the vision. Anything that we want, it's all going to come down to a discipline issue. That's all it is. Negative self-talk, that's a discipline issue. You're habitually constructing a negative self-talk loop. If you, let's say, don't have the money you want, don't have the body you want, don't have something, whatever it is, whatever it may be, it's all just going to come down to a discipline issue. You guys understand that? That is it. So I'm gonna come back to the cups. I just want to say this though, because this is important. When life comes, what really derails you? It might be circumstances. You might blame the circumstances, but at the end of the day, it's your emotions, it's your thoughts, it's that doubt, it's all of that, those low vibration feelings, right? Does that make sense? You're like, I'm not there yet. I'm not going to post on my social media. I want all of you guys to post so much on your social media because it's a great personal development tool. How many of you guys have posted on social media and you're like, dude, I feel proud of myself. Damn, I feel pretty good. Do that more. It's a hack because you're actually creating your new identity. Because you actually have two identities. The one that doesn't get you nowhere, the one that's shitty, it's the bad version of yourself. And then the one on Instagram that you can take your time with and really just you could just put your best self out there. You can make your best post, the best writing, the best angle. You're not going to put the worst self out there. You're going to put your best self. And if you keep doing that for months and months and months, that new self is just your regular self.
I mean, I think that's a big deal because I think a lot of the time we mistake knowledge for I don't know what I want to say, a connection,
a relationship, a connection, intimacy. Let me repeat those words real quick. A connection, a relationship, intimacy. That's spirituality right there. That's living right there. That's going for it right there. So in all reality, I'll talk to you guys direct. Don't be consuming so much. Go out and do and have more faith. Literally take more action. Just because you believe, just because you believe in God doesn't mean you have faith. I'm just going to say that right now. Just because you believe doesn't mean you're exercising faith. There's two different levels right there. Even Satan believed in God. Let me just put it to you that way. Even Satan believed in God too. You guys know that? Even Satan believed. But how do you go to that next level? I want you to make big moves and be come from the perspective of God and be you know what? I'm going to work on myself through Mike's program and really build up my discipline, build up all the things that I got to do. But then on this other hand, this spiritual side, I'm going to have enormous faith that I command shit to move. I command things to I influence things. I'm going to make shit happen. There's a story in the Bible where maybe V can tell it real quick. Maybe V, can you tell it real quick? because I believe you'll say the whole context and everything. But I really I get the message, like straight up, like it hits. There's a story in the Bible where a group of men like tore off the roof. They tore off the roof. Do you know which one I'm talking about, V?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an infamous story. Like they tore off the roof to give a body to Jesus. And maybe you could just give them the Cliff Notes real quick, because it does apply to you. It does apply to you. I want to make it. I want to make it in 2025 language for you.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't have much context. It's actually a pretty simple story from what I can recall. But there was a group of friends. They had a friend that was paralyzed, and Jesus was in a house, like doing his thing, teaching everybody, and they couldn't get in. And they wanted to get in so that they could get their friend healed, and that Jesus could like touch him and heal him. And so they decided to climb up on top of the roof of this house and remove the like roof tiles or the straw or whatever was on the roof, and they lowered their friend on from a mat like into
Let me stop real quick. How many, like, just think about that. How many of you guys would tear off the roof of a hospital, of a freaking of a home? Like, that's crazy. It's pretty aggressive. Keep going, V.
Basically they plopped him right down in front of Jesus, and Jesus was like, that's a lot of faith right there, and he healed him.
All right. So that story, like whenever you read the like these stories, whenever you hear like anybody speak, like just regardless of the Bible, like you should take away the key principle. You should be looking at principles. The Bible is a book of principles, and it's a blueprint. It's not like just a book where it's like has no it's not a religious book. It's a guide. And that story right there is massive for your life, for my life, for our life, right? And like when that happened, Jesus didn't even look at he didn't even really entertain the dead guy. He was just like, because you guys had faith, your homie's healed. That's how I'll say it. But the point that I want to make, and I want Anthony Boynton to hear this shit. I'm looking at Anthony because I think he'll like this. He's getting deeper into this stuff. Is these motherfuckers took off the roof? Like, what's the violent take it by force? What's that quote, V? What's the line?
The kingdom of God is rapidly advancing, and the violent take it by force.
Okay, all right. I just want to say this to you. Like, this is the point that I wanted you to make. Because like if you want to get somewhere, it's going to require a massive amount of faith. But when you have that amount of faith in your life with your goals and your dreams and your vision, you will be violent as fuck. Okay? You hear me? When you have a lot of faith and you believe that everything's going to like come to pass, and you have no doubts, you have no hesitation. You've done the program, like, and you're just like at that level. You're going to be like, nah, that's mine. That's mine. And I'm going to like grab it. That's the key takeaway right there. When they took off the roof, there was no hesitation. Like, it was just like, nah, I'm going to get what I'm going to get. That's really what I want to like push on to you guys, is how much faith. I know you believe. Everybody believes. Belief is cheap. You know what I mean? When it comes to this stuff, belief is cheap. Faith costs you. I mean, you're going to have to be courageous. You're going to have to really go for what you really want to go for. And that could be like overcoming that old story that you're telling yourself, like an old identity. It doesn't always have to be money. It doesn't always have to be a business. It could just be like your past, letting like your old life die. Does that make sense to you guys? Am I talking?
they ain't ready for the new shit. Hey, just sit back, see how I play it. Shots to switched it up a notch. Let the dough cook on the stove. We turn the eye down, watch the pot. 10-17 round my chain, so I told the same amount of shots. Palm oranges down the